Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Dog. And this is a new film from directors Reid, Carolin, and Channing Tatum, who is directing this film along with his producer from quite a few of his films, including like Magic Mike, and White House Down, and Logan Lucky. And this film focuses on a former Army Ranger who's paired up with this Belgian Malinois named Lulu, who needs to be taken to the funeral of her owner. And he needs to do this to get in the good graces again of the military so he could kind of get back into the swing of things. And of course, he's not interested in this dog. He has no idea what this is going to take. And you have this odd couple kind of situation with Channing Tatum and this dog who wreaks a whole bunch of havoc. And Channing Tatum thinks it's like Demon Dog. And this film tries to balance this like humorous comedy and some serious mental health issues dealing with PTSD and dog having anxiety and the ramifications of being a soldier and what happens to our soldiers. There's even one particular scene going to like a homeless encampment and seeing someone who's bleeding and saying that he was a war hero and now he lives in this tent after stealing some things from Channing Tatum. And you have this film that I feel like works a lot better when it's trying to be fun and kind of like this road trip romp, but it does hit some of those emotional beats, and Channing Tatum hits some of those emotional beats, but you can definitely tell he's a lot more confident, more comfortable with some of those humorous elements and him being charming and joking around. And this film definitely feels like a series of vignettes. Now, over the course of this like hour 40 minutes that this film is, it really is going from like one thing to the next thing to the next thing, and some of these plot threads work better than others. Some of these setups are a little unsatisfying. Some of them try to hit an emotional depth that I don't know if the film really is able to grasp, and tries to hit on some themes that I think are important and are good to be brought up. Don't know if they're fully realized and really effectively portrayed in the film, but I think the biggest thing is there's an earnestness about Tatum from his direction and his performance in this film that offers up enough for you to enjoy, him being tied up by former WWE wrestler and like pro wrestler and Magic Mike alum Kevin Nash, because he's like a paranoid weed farmer and pig farmer, and Bill Burr, who's just this snarky security officer who's trying to take Channing Tatum's character down a peg, or him trying to, like that whole gag where he's pretending to be a blind man with the dog. That one's a lot of fun. That one's leaning really into just this being a comedy and a romp along this road trip. There are moments where there's some of the tonal issues don't work so well because it is a bit erratic. And this film, I do feel like, has this pretty satisfying and emotional finale. But the thing is, you know exactly where the general thread of this movie's going, even if you don't really guess all the plot beats that go along the way, because it is a bunch of vignettes, a bunch of little threads. But these two aren't liking each other at the start. They're going to love each other by the end, and Channing Tatum's not going to be able to give up that dog. You could just read that on the wall the whole entire time you're watching this film and feeling like, yeah, this is where this film's probably going to go. But does it matter so much if you know exactly where it's going to go, if you have an enjoyable time along the way? And that's exactly what Dog is. It's an enjoyable time. It tries a little too hard and a little too ambitious with some of the deep emotional complexities that it tries to bring into the film. But in general, when Tatum's having fun and the film's having fun, it really works. And it delivers enough emotion for it to still work. And in the end, this is a solid film, and I think a solid effort from Tatum, both in front of the camera and behind the camera. But those are my thoughts on Dog. Let me know what you think and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland Reviewer.